to Talk Bowling, episode number 33. I'm John Conga.
I'm Tony Rucco.
And I'm Brian Hallstrom. Talk Bowling is proud to bring you the latest information from the bowling industry, bowling tips, and updates on the largest bowling internet website, bowlingballcom.
All right.
Good to go.
Was the names good for you that time?
Yeah, it was a little better.
Great. Awesome.
We're glad.
Well, I'm trying to give you just a little bit of time to have your name on the screen. Otherwise, it's...
Gotcha. I get
So,
the reason.
Yes, that's the way it works.
Gotcha. All right. We have a few questions today that we've gotten, I think, by email.
Yes.
Most of these.
Multiple times, actually. On some of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. So these are just some quick answers, I guess, to some of these questions. The first one is, what do we do with all the balls we drilled to do tests on? Our company owns local pro shops, so we send the balls over to them. They do try it before you buy it.
Right.
So we let the pro shop customers get a chance to throw the ball before they decide what they want. It's becoming more and more popular. So if I don't know what they were wanting us to say, if we like gave them away or whatever, but we do use them. We have multiple pro shops, so we send them over to them. Customers get to try it, see if they like the ball, and go from there.
We do get to keep an occasional one or two to put in our bag.
Yeah, obviously we bowl, so we need balls to bowl with, but most of them go over there.
Right.
Next.
Someone asked, how do you pick the right ball? How do you pick the right ball to throw if you throw every one of them good?
Right. I think they're referring to our videos because obviously it looks like we throw every one of them really good. Obviously with editing, we show mostly strikes. We'll occasionally throw in a non-strike, and this is something we talk about here, what we should do there, but we don't throw every ball very good. Some of those videos take us a long time to shoot to get all those strikes, but I usually have a ball that I start with.
Right.
You know, I'll have a ball that I pick, and I kind of build off of there. If the lanes are a little drier, a little more oily, then I go from there. So I don't know if that's what you do also. Or...
Yeah, you kind of need a ball to test the lanes.
Right.
So you're not going to go to your most hooking ball at first. Just go to your medium ball and see if that ball's not hooking enough, ball up. If it's hooking too much, maybe go to something lower in your bag.
Right. They call that a benchmark ball a lot of times. So if you see that, that's what most people do. They have a ball that just maybe it feels really good in their hand, and it rolls fairly decent on a couple different conditions. So they start with that and kind of go from there.
And you can usually make any ball work. It's just a matter of how hard it is to get down the lane. Certain balls will work better on different conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and on typical league shots, I mean, you could probably get away with anything like that. You know, there's some shots you can't, but on a league pattern, you could probably throw just about anything.
Pretty much.
Most league
Just
patterns.
by changing your angle.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, then we were asked to discuss our favorite layout, what we thought the ball did, why we use that type of ball. So we'll all get into that, I guess, real briefly. You'll see it's a little different for all of us. Why don't you start?
Well, I'm more of a newer bowler, so I don't have necessarily a favorite layout. I've been trying a lot of different layouts over the past year. Most of my stuff has been drilled very strong with the pin 3 3/8 thereabouts from my positive axis point, which for me puts it near my ring finger more often than not. That just seems to be the most aggressive for me. Not saying that's always the best thing, but that's kind of what I've been doing for most of these shots.
Right. For me, I've gotten a couple emails and questions about this layout, but I do a pin 6 inches from my positive axis, which puts it over my middle finger, and I put the mass bias, if there's a mass bias marked on the ball, on my center line, about a half an inch above my thumb. Okay. For me, that helps me get the ball down the lane. I get stuck in the middle a lot because my ball speed's kind of like a mid ball speed, but I have enough revs that sometimes if I go stronger, I get too much early roll. So for me, that gets the ball to skid down the lane. I can do it on strong balls. A lot of questions came through about my virtual gravity that was drilled that way. Sometimes it looks odd, and it kind of goes against what manufacturers tell you to do to get the best ball reaction, but you have to do what works for you. So you'll see that ball on a lot. I try and do it on a few test balls. I don't do it on every one of them, but that's my favorite layout. I use that on a lot of different balls.
Right. I know you tried that on a few different balls, and you had some really good luck on a few, but I've also seen a few that just went 50 feet.
Yeah, it can be really good or really bad depending on the ball.
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot for me, but there are a few balls that layout definitely works.
Yeah. I would say, getting into some of my favorite layouts, I really like to go with 5-inch pins. this is going to put the pin underneath my middle finger. This layout generally gives me great angles from all parts of the lane.
Right.
I can get in extreme left and loop the whole lane, similar to what I do with my virtual gravity.
Right.
But I can do the same thing with a different type of ball, and it just allows me to play up the boards, move in different angles. It's a very versatile layout for me.
Yeah, you'll notice if you watch our videos, a lot of times Brian and myself, compared to John, will use longer pin placements from our positive access point, and that's just to help give us a little bit of skid through the front.
Yeah.
And you'll notice that a lot if you watch a lot of PBA players. You don't see a lot of pins in the leverage position like 3 3/8 or closer over to the axis,
Right.
unless they're really specialized layouts. So it depends on the bowler, really what you do.
It has a lot to do with how they throw the ball, especially with as much rotation,
Right.
revolutions they get on the ball. That really helps the ball get through the front part of the lane.
Right.
And I know we've talked about it in a past video, but these are all in relation to our positive access point, which is not marked on the ball. So it is different for
Right.
every bowler.
Right.
So me saying 3 3/8, putting it near my ring may be completely different for these guys.
Right.
So something to keep in mind. Watch the previous episode. I'll put a lower third back to our positive access point video.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds good.
All right. Get into our sponsors.
Go for it.
Okay. This episode of Talk Bowling is brought to you by Storm Bowling. Storm continues to bring you high quality performance bowling balls for all bowlers and all lane conditions. Today we're going to show you a video of Randy Peterson, a Storm staffer, PBA, color commentator, I guess, whatever they call that now, and Hank Boomershine, who is, he kind of runs Storm, but he also does their core design, I believe, in their ball development. So we have a video that they brought together about the new Thunderline ball release, the Rain,
Yes.
which comes out on September 24th, so this coming week, or this week.
Thursday.
Yep.
So check out their video and let us know what you think.
Yep.
Roll tape.
Well, I think the one thing that stands out for me about the new Rain bowling ball is the weight block, the new cam weight block. And I think for the price, the price point where that bowling ball is, it's a lot of bowling ball. Now it's categorized as a medium oil bowling ball, but this ball is going to come off the end of the pattern and go sideways. So for those of you looking for a lot of back end, the Rain is the ball for you. It reminds me a lot of the old Fired Up, except this is a new generation core and 2009 cover stock, 2009-2010 cover stock. So a lot of ball for the money, a lot of back end, a lot of fun to watch it really scoot the front part of the lane and go sideways down in the back part. So very fun ball to throw.
Now the rain is another theory in symmetrical technology. Storm in the past has always been known, our ball reaction was always classic of a kind of a skid flip look. And so what we've done is we've still tried to maintain that look by going a higher RG, medium to high differential bowling ball with a good, basically good pluralized cover on it. But also too is this shape, this cam core allows us to manipulate RGs and differentials even more by how we drill it. So we can really open the gamut on reaction and performance with a symmetrical core, even more than anything we've done in the past. I mean, I think the biggest thing that, like you said, the stigma for us was always a skid flip company. In the last probably 4 or 5 years, we've worked really hard in cover stock technology. And I think that was the biggest key element. We went to a new vendor in cover stock material, but I think the biggest thing was listening to the staff members, to the professionals, spending some time on the tour with those guys, seeing what's going on, looking at the ball reaction, looking at what we were missing, because we want to be the entire performance line from top to bottom, from the skid flip to the early roll and smoother transitions down the lane. So the biggest thing that we looked at was let's adjust our cover stock technology, let's move forward in that, increase the porosity, And we've done that. And we've got a much wider range of reaction in our line than we've ever had. And actually, we're working to increase it even more.
All right. We hope you enjoyed that video.
Thank you, Storm, for that.
Thanks a lot.
All right, trivia.
Trivia question. All right, let's get to last week's question. A bowling lane is made of boards placed widthwise from gutter to gutter all the way to the end of the lane. How many boards comprise a lane? Do you know the answer?
I do.
Yeah. Do you know the answer, Joe?
Well, I was wrong.
Yeah. Correct answer is 39 boards. So.
And I don't know if we had any answers on it because I don't.
Actually, we had 2.
Did we? Okay.
And unfortunately, I did not get your names before taping, but I did see that we had
But
2.
congratulations to the two of you. What's this week's question?
This week's question is, what is the least amount of strikes you can throw in a game and still shoot 200? We had a little discussion about this when we came up with the question, and our answers were all over the place.
Yes, it was quite interesting.
But we have come up with the correct answer.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Some upcoming ball releases. As we mentioned, Storm Rain is September 24th. Those are obviously up for pre-order, and they will ship on the 24th at bowlingballcom.
Brunswick C system.
Brunswick C system will be after that, September 28th.
2.5. Don't
Right.
forget 2.5.
Sorry, that's right.
Very important.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can check that out. We have video up on that, and that's up for pre-order. And then the newest release, or the one that'll be released after all these, Lane 1 Red Death. Massacre. I'm
Massacre,
confused
Red
about
Death.
all the names.
I know.
Chainsaw, Massacre, Red
Yeah.
Death, something like that. That comes out October 1st, and there will be a ball video up on that very shortly.
Yeah, this week. I've been
Ball
working
video
on it
and
already.
reviews. So those are all 3 coming out next, so check those out.
Yes. And in closing, I got this one. I'm all over this.
Alright.
Please remember that bowlingball.com is free shipping on every item every day. No hidden handling fees. The price shown is the price you pay.
Awesome. I'm glad. No surprises.
Oh, no surprises.
Yeah, you have to throw that in.
Well, I wasn't trying to read verbatim.
But it's on there.
Okay, no surprises.
No surprises.
Continental U.S.
That's right.
Ground shipping free.
All right. Remember, we need your questions, your comments.
Actually, we had a couple responses.
We had a couple.
I threw it out on Twitter. the
We'll
other
get
day.
to those.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yep. Twitter.com/talkbowling. Questions at talkbowling.com, or leave a comment on
The episode.
any episode of talkbowling.com.
Anything at all. Do you think we giggle too much or anything? Sure.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to fix the sound too. We'll find a way to do that. Since none of us are sound engineers, we'll possibly get some mics in here and try different things out.
Exactly.
Got it.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello and welcome to Talk Bowling episode number 33. I'm John Conga.
I'm Tony
And
Rucco.
I'm Brian Hallstrom. Talk Bowling is proud to bring you the latest information from the bowling industry, bowling
Awesome.
tips.
Can you give it like a second after he says his name? Just put a small space in there. I meant this. I said it before, but I didn't say it this morning. Just a brief pause.
Sure.
Please. Thank you. Stop looking at me like I'm crazy.
All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
Way to go. Way to screw it up.
Thanks.
Yep.